what how do you feel about this whole PT thing? Let me say, being a doctor of physical therapy now, like, do you regret your decision? Are you happy with your decision? Are you kind of like
I'm happy with my decision. It's a growing field. A lot of job security. The pay is good. One thing I just don't like about it is just the loans. The loans, you have to know what you're getting into. The average PT student is graduating with about 120K in debt. Average salary for PT is only about 86. So you have to know that you're gonna be taking into a lot of money that you're gonna be paying for a long time. But I mean, it's a rewarding field. The rehab is a field where you're able to follow a patient's plan of care, see how they progress, and truly change people's lives.
So what would you say is, do you have any, if you were to do this all over again, would you do PT or would you choose another field, like, in all honesty?
I considered a lot of fields. I considered pharmacy. I considered dentistry. Med school was just too long for me. I think I probably would have tried to do PA. I never really looked into PA. PA, the loans are less. The average salary is more, and it's still in healthcare. So possibly PA, and it's 2 years. 2 years compared to 3 years, and a lot less loans.
True that. Wow.
That would have been a consideration of mine. Lot less loans.
That's true. With what you know now, like as a DPT, would you, like, what you know now, if you were to start back over, how would your habits in school or your plan of attack in terms of getting through PT school, how would you have changed it, or would it have been the same?
I would have just said, just make sure to seeking out my professors early on, as soon as possible when I felt like I didn't know the material. Just using more of my peers as resources, just to, sort of doing more review sessions in groups, because that's a good way to learn the material.
That's true.
So definitely that, and just staying on top of things, because PT school is a grind. It's like, I think I heard the analogy once, it's like you're trying to drink out of a fire hydrant. There's just so much information coming out.
That's true. And so a lot of people have asked me about increasing their chances of getting into PT school due to a low GPA or mediocre or low GRE scores. What was your experience, or what can you advise these people to do that are trying to increase their chances of getting in?
I actually just had that question posed to me a couple of days ago, and it's a question I get all the time. I always say the big bulk is the GPA and the prerequisites. So if you can, you want to try to get A's and B's in those prerequisites. Yeah, definitely do that. If you can't, if your grades are too low, possibly trying to retake those classes at a community college and try to get as high as possible. Also GREs, you want to just aim to get the review books for the GREs and try to do as good as possible. Try to get a 150 and above in each section, and then at least a 4 in the writing. Get good letters of recommendation from PTs or people in the field. Another thing you can do, I would also recommend besides that, is just sort of, before you go to the school, sort of get a layout of what they really want from you. You know what I'm trying to say? So like I said, to get the GPA higher, the GRE scores, the letter of recommendation, and if your school does an interview, just try to kill the interview, because that does play a role. But I think the big things are the prerequisite GPA, and the GRE scores.
That's true. That's cool. Yeah. So, y'all heard it first from my partner in crime, my bro. And yeah, so we're just at, as we said, we're at the therapy and review course, trying to, you know, make sure that we succeed in the boards. We have had different studying methods, similar but different, but we are using the base camp score builders in conjunction, have been focused primarily on that. I did start out with therapy ed because I had not ordered score builders. I did not intend to use score builders, but after reading a couple things and getting some advice and even him recommending, I decided, you know what, I'll just invest, because at the end of the day, you're spending all this money to, like, you know, take the boards. You don't want to fail it and then like have to retake it, you know, and all that. So yeah, last day probably that this town will see us. Cause I ain't coming
ever.
I ain't coming back.
I ain't never coming
I
back.
ain't never coming back.
Can't pay me enough money to
I'm telling
come
you,
back.
we've gone through too much trauma.
Too
you know,
much.
we had a student who's in the review class who's like, "How did you guys do it?" Or like, you know, classes only 2 days a week on the weekend, and then like you're expected to like regurgitate back out information that you just didn't even you couldn't even process in you know, just in one day, in one sitting.
Crazy.
It's been crazy, y'all. But
God is good.
God is good. God is good. So I'll definitely let you guys know, update you guys how things are going, and I have some other exciting things coming. So yeah. All right, guys. Peace out. What up, guys? What's happening? This is the night before my board examination. I've done what I need to do, and I feel like, you know, I'm prepared at this point. If I don't know anything, then, or I don't remember anything, then, hey, there's nothing much I could do. But I do feel like I am, you know, pretty prepared as I could be. I've gone through all the material, and I'm just ready to get this thing over with. It's been really stressful. I can't believe it's here. But yeah, I'm gonna let you guys know how it goes, and then we'll wait together for the results. But just wanted to touch bases with you guys and let you know what's going on. But can't wait to celebrate together. That's all I'm saying. Positive speaking, you know, my thing for, you know, everything in general was I've prayed. I leave everything in God's hand. I've done my part, and it's up to God to help me, give me retentive memory, and for everything to work in my favor so that I could jubilate and be happy in the end. But my thing now has been positive affirmation. I know that I'm a beast. I'm amazing. I am successful. I am, you know, I've conquered. Like I've already taken hold of this exam. I've crushed it. I've murdered it. Like KO, no contender. Like I'm over. You know, I've done it, and that's just my thing, going in with positivity. But anyways, it is 8:17. I want to pass out at 8:30 so I could wake up tomorrow at 5 o'clock. My exam is at 7:30, so I'm gonna wake up at 5 and leave out the house by 6 so that I can get there and, you know, just kind of wait a little bit. But anyways, y'all, deuces. Good morning, y'all. This is the day that the Lord has made, and I will rejoice and be glad in it. I'm just about to leave to my exam. You know, I'm dressed warm because I know that it does get cold just as a PTA from the last experiences in there, and just to be comfortable. Got my school logo up in here. You know, got our little polo, our little shirt thing that we ordered. Yeah. I'll let y'all later. Alright, y'all, I just got back from the exam, Pete exam, or I said Pete. NPTE, guys, is finally complete. I had like this, it was like a boulder just sent away that was chasing me all this time, you know, just relieved of all my agony after today. I feel pretty good. I mean, granted, it was hard. It was very hard. It wasn't, the content wasn't presented in the way that I thought it would be, but it wasn't easy. It wasn't like extremely hard, but it was hard enough. It challenged me quite a bit. I had some questions where I was like, what in the world is happening? I questioned my thoughts a couple times, but I had to go with my first instinct because I've learned too many times that when I change answers, that's what happens. So I'm about to go see my client, and I'm going to keep y'all posted. Hey, what up, guys? What's happening? I'm just leaving work now. It's Friday, 2 days after the exam. I felt good after the exam, but like after, I was like, the next day I was like, am I sure about that one answer? Because I don't know. It was tough. I'm not even gonna lie, it was tough. As I mentioned before, the PETE exam to me did not correlate too much with this exam. But then again, it could be because they did say that that they were gonna make the format or change the format, which it was going to be a lot more tougher, probably for the PTA exam too. I have no clue since I took it like years ago, but for the PT exam, certainly it was hard. But it was more, it had like, I knew the information. You knew the information, but it was just, to me, the English language is one of the toughest languages in the world. And although English is obviously my first language, it's still tough as heck. Like, I feel like I have to kind of read more than once to understand what I'm trying to answer or what is being asked. But I've been keeping myself busy. I'm still working. Literally, after I finished my exam, I went to work. To make some money because, like I said, sister has been broke. But went to go make some money. I've been working to keep myself busy. I'm going to work through the weekend. The results come back on Tuesday, so pass or fail. So we will know, and I will open it up with you guys, and so you guys can see the raw, how I did and whatnot, and because I'm not shy. I hope my experience helps somebody else who is trying to take a similar pathway like me. But yeah, I got to go see one of my clients, so I will holla at y'all later, and holla.